Israel has no pretext, and no amount of hasbara can allow Israel to deny these international organizations, including the United Nations and third states, from their presence in the occupied Palestinian territory. And under no circumstances that Israel can disrupt, endanger, or limit or stop the work of the UN officials and other international organizations present in the occupied Palestinian territory. It has no sovereign rights in the occupied Palestinian territory, and this was very clear in the determination of the court.
One of the things that strikes me with the opinion is the findings made by the court in respect of Unrwa. Now, much has been made by the State of Israel alleging that Unrwa, the backbone of the United Nations humanitarian presence in the occupied Palestinian territory, is somehow compromised with its neutrality or its integrity. The court was unequivocal in asserting that despite these allegations by Israel, Israel has not made them out, and therefore Israel has an obligation to work within the United Nations structure and within UN law to deal with any concerns it may have. But until such time as it does, it has to facilitate access of Unrwa, the largest United Nations organization on the ground in the occupied Palestinian territory, including in the Gaza Strip, unconditionally.
It is now upon the whole international community to ensure Israel's compliance with international law and not to allow it to continue on with its genocidal tendencies, with its committing the crime of genocide, and with colonization of the occupied Palestinian territory. The denial of aid and the denial of substance necessary for the survival of the civilian population is part of the denial of the Palestinian people to their right to self-determination.
We have to see this opinion, historic opinion, as twinned with the perhaps even more historic opinion that the court issued last year when it found that the entire Israeli occupation of the Palestinian territories was illegal under international law, and that international law required that the occupation be brought to an end as rapidly as possible so that the Palestinian people can finally exercise their inalienable right of self-determination, including their right to a state of their own, in the entirety of the Palestinian territory.
So long that this occupation exists on our land, so long that this occupation violates our rights, so long that this occupation continues to kill and massacre our children and detain us in the hundreds and the thousands and the millions, so long that it continues to destroy our life and colonize our land, so long that the international community refuses to uphold its legal responsibilities, the Palestinian leadership and the Palestinian government will not take one step back towards fighting for Palestinian rights at international courts, at the international level, whether it is with states, with international organizations, and at all levels.